Here we go. So we're welcome to our second, actually this is our third 90-day challenge call, just our meetup every Sunday night to get filled up, get some more tips, get some education, and keep ourselves moving and rolling on. So we are at day 14 of our 90-day challenge, which is very exciting because it means we're 2 weeks in, right? Still have a long ways to go. Yes, we've had a few people bow out, but we have a lot of you still left in here, so I encourage you to keep going. No excuses, except no excuses along this way, because if you want something bad enough, you can do anything you want for 90 days straight. So I said earlier today, I posted it in the group that I wanted to talk about 3 main things, which was keeping positive, avoiding negativity, and changing no's into yeses. Now, I have a couple of girls that I asked that I've done things like this with before to do a little bit of role playing. But before we get to that, I want to address the keeping positive and the negativity part before we get into the really good stuff. So how is it that we can keep positive for 90 days straight? Well, guys, we all know there's going to be ups and there's going to be some downs in 90 days, right? Because if there wasn't, we weren't going to be doing the business right, and not everybody's going to join us. So we are going to get some yeses and we are going to get some no's, which is going to create positive in our business, and the no's are going to create negative. And how do we keep ourselves filled up and pushing forward? Well, some of the best things I can tell you, this is why I tell you to say those affirmations every day. I know you think I'm crazy, some of you, but those affirmations are very important because those will fill you up. If you say those in the morning and at night, and if you can think about it or do it during the day too, 3 times a day, 2 to 3 times a day, those will keep you positive and keep you moving forward. The other thing is, when you really start getting down, say the affirmations aren't doing it for you, do you have a book? Do you have something that just lifts you up spiritually? I'm going to tell you something right now. I have several books. One, a Bible. That's huge at filling me up. I'm telling you, in life in general, it fills me up. But the other thing is, I love personal growth books. Here's one of mine, Joel Osteen, Breakout. You'll find that I read a lot of Joel Osteen books. Love him. He fills me up. So does Joyce Myers and other ones too. But Breakout, it's a great book. I start feeling bad. It doesn't mean that I'm going to need to read for an hour. I pick my book up. I am one of those people that have 3 or 4 books laying around the house at all times. If I start getting pulled down, feeling negative, I'm going to pick my book up, read it 5-10 minutes. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to keep pushing and moving forward. The other thing is, if that doesn't work, which it should, but if that doesn't work, if you need to have human interaction and you really need to talk to somebody, reach up to your upline. If you're sponsored, if you're personally sponsored by me or a level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't care what it is, reach up to me. Reach up to your personal sponsor. Reach up to your first higher ranked, ambassador. Reach up. Let them know what's going on. Let them educate you. Let them help you. Let them troubleshoot with you, and let them fill you up. I guarantee you, you will feel better. I do this all the time. If I can't find my husband, he is my go-to. I am going to contact my upline, Tammy Elmore. She fills me up whenever I tell her what's going on with me. She doesn't just fill me full of a bunch of bull, guys. She tells me the truth. She educates me. She helps turn my mind around, and she keeps me pushing forward. So always reach up. You have amazing leaders on this team. Reach up to them. All right, and they're going to help you. Now, when you're around negative people in your life, step back from them and walk away. Surround yourself with people that are like-minded to you. That's why I say reach up. My husband's very like-minded to me. Tammy's very like-minded to me. I'm going to speak to my girlfriends. They're very like-minded to me. Just surround yourself with generally positive people. It doesn't have to be plexus related. Just good, positive people will keep you as a good, positive person. One of my favorite things I've ever heard came from a teacher that told this to my son. She said to him, Britt, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. If you surround yourself with positive, forward-pushing people, good, rounded people, what is going to happen to you? that's going to be you. You are who you hang around. If you surround yourself with negativity, ugly attituded people, you yourself are going to be unpositive and very negative-minded person. So you need to surround yourself with the right kind of people. Doesn't mean that, say you have a friend who you dearly love, but it's negative all the time. It doesn't mean that you can never speak to them again. It's just that you don't want to speak to them on a daily basis, because if they're whining and griping and moaning, how do you feel when you get off that phone call? You're pulled back down. You don't want that all the time. You're going to be there for them when they need you, but you're not going to be around them all the time. So be around very, very positive and pushing forward people. And that's going to help you with this 90-day challenge. But not just a 90-day challenge. It's going to help you in life in general become a better person. So staying positive is key in this 90-day challenge and in life in general. So I hope that helps you out a little bit here. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty. I have asked a couple ladies to do some role-playing with me tonight before I open it up to let some of you speak to us about how your challenge is going, what you've come across, what you've had successes with. So, Jeannie, can you unmute yourself?
Yep, I'm unmuted.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to, there's your beautiful face popped up on my screen. Now, I have asked Jeannie if she'd do a little bit of role playing with me, and so that you can see how I would address somebody, and maybe you'll like my spin on it. Maybe you can take some things from it, or whatever. Maybe it'll help you talk to somebody. So I am going to let's just say I've contacted Jeannie on the phone. I say, "Hey, Jeannie, it's Dusty. How are you doing?"
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am good. Hey, I've just really been thinking about you. You've been on my heart lately, and I would love more than anything for you to be a part of my Plexus team. I think you would rock at this.
Thank you, Dusty, but no, it's just not for me. But thank you.
Really? It's not for you? Let me see. Have you ever done network marketing before?
Yes, actually I have. I have actually been involved with Arbonne quite a few years ago.
Okay, so...
And it was a horrible experience.
Oh, wow. Okay, so there's a story there. Tell me your story. Tell me why you signed up with Arbonne and what you did in that business.
Well, I actually signed up because a friend had told me about it, and thought I would probably do pretty well at the business part. So I did. I joined. But what was hard for me was pretty much having to sell a certain amount of products. It was a lot of amount of products every month. The return for me just was not there. It was something I couldn't do. I was not into doing all of the home parties all the time. So I just really did not have any success with it at all.
Okay, so you didn't have any success with it all. Can you tell me, did you contact many people during that journey?
Actually, no, I did not. What I did is I had a couple of parties that I had probably invited a few family members, and that was about it. So.
Okay, so how long do you think you actually worked that business?
I would say probably maybe a week. That's probably honestly.
Okay, well, thank you for being so honest with me, but let me ask you a really serious question. Let's put aside the parties you had to have, and let's put aside the inventory you had to carry and all that stuff. In all honesty, do you think a week was long enough to try to work that business?
No, absolutely not. It was not.
What if I could just have 10 minutes with you here to tell you that you don't have to have parties, that you don't have to have inventory, that there's no set amount of product that you have to sell or carry. Would you be willing to listen to me?
I think I would be willing to listen because that sounds right up my alley.
And would you be willing to let me help you talk to more than just a handful of people?
Yes, that would be wonderful. If I could have the help to do that, it would be incredible. Just to teach me how would be huge. So
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. And if I can help you make, $300 to $500 a month, would that help your family out?
Yes, very much so. I'm all over that.
And that, my friends, is how you turn a no to a yes. You ask questions and you let them get excited about the things you're going to ask. Now, guys, you obviously know Jeannie loves Plexus. She loves the product. She loves the business. But I'm here to tell you, even if she wasn't in love with Plexus, that is a great way to do it. Guess what? That idea did not come from me. Do you know where that idea came from? How many of you have ever seen the book GoPro? That right there is straight from Eric Worre, where he talks about letting them tell you where the issues were in the business that they had run before. And as you can see, Jeannie said, and guys, I'm telling you, she did join this company. So she's not lying to me. She told me she worked it a week. She told me she invited a handful of friends and family to a party. It was a business that didn't work. But it was probably not a business that didn't work for her because the business didn't work in all reality. It was probably because she didn't work the business. Would you say, Jeannie?
Exactly, 100% correct. I know that now. Yes.
Exactly. And all she needed was for me to ask her the right questions, for her to answer them and hear it come out of her mouth, listen with her ears, that, oh my God, it really wasn't the business, it was me. Thank you, Jeannie.
Thanks, Dust.
So before we move on to the next little role play, I want to ask, Jeannie, how has your challenge been going so far for the 90-day challenge?
It's actually been, it's been going good. What I am finding is, and I've had to remind myself of this because it's really hard when you message people and you see that they read it and they don't get back to you. What I am finding is a lot of times they are getting back to me. Some of them are even over a week later. I've been getting back people now that I first started messaging at the beginning of this. And it's either they needed to kind of think about it, talk to their spouse, talk to their mom, to see if maybe they could partner with them. I've had a couple of them talking to me about that. So what I'm finding is don't get frustrated with that because they will come back and talk to you. But the follow-up is huge on that. I've done that with following up with a few more. Hey, just wanted to double check with you. And oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you messaged me again because I actually was wanting to speak to my husband tonight. So it's been going good, but it's I'm getting responses back from people that I did not really think I would. And so that, again, has proved what I always say, that don't prejudge. So it's been going really good. I'm excited because I think in the next few months, I'm going to have some really jumping on board. So
exciting. Planting those seeds. I love it.
Yep.
Love it. Love it. Okay, so I've asked Whitney Houston to jump on here, and she is not going to show us her beautiful face because her and her husband are driving down the highway, but she is called in. So, Whitney, if you will unmute yourself. Hopefully she hasn't hit a dead spot. Gonna give her just a second. Oh, I'm guessing she's probably here.
Right.
Are you there?
Can you hear me, Dusty?
Yes, I can
here.
hear you. I was just fixing to reel somebody else in that I thought might do this with me.
I'm here.
Good. Well, that's all right. I was giving you an excuse because you were driving down the highway. I thought maybe you hit a dead spot. So All right. So I've asked Whitney to join me in a little bit of role play to help some of you that might be able to discuss this with your customers. So Whitney is a customer that I have sold some product to, and I'm going to call and check up on her. So here I am. Ring, ring. Hey, Whitney, it's Dusty. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hey, I was just calling in to check on you and see how you were doing with your Plexus products.
Well, I don't know. I haven't noticed much of a difference yet.
Okay. So, Whitney, how long has it? What has it been? About 2 months with you on the products?
Yeah, and I mean, I jumped right in. I knew that I had candida, so I jumped right in with 4 probiotic a day and 4 BioCleanse a day, and I'm just still not feeling that good.
Oh my. Okay. Now, Whitney, remember, whenever I started you out with these products, what did I tell you? Didn't I tell you to go slow?
Yeah, but I just knew that I needed to take action, and I thought more the better.
Isn't that the truth? So many of us think a little will do a little good, so a lot will do a lot of good, right?
Right.
Okay, so tell me, what's going on since you're taking 4 probiotics and 4 BioCleanse?
I'm not going to the bathroom very regularly, and I'm craving sugar all the time. I've had some headaches and stomach problems, and I'm just not feeling real good. I don't have much energy yet.
Okay, so my dear, this is why I would suggest that we are going to stop the 4 probiotics and the 4 BioCleanse, and we're going to go back to the schedule that I wanted to start you with. The first full week, 1 probiotic and 1 BioCleanse, just to get your body used to this, because I think with you taking 4 probiotics and 4 BioCleanse to start the things off here, whoo, your body must be in some severe die-off going on, girl. No wonder you got those headaches and you're not feeling good and you're bloated and not going to the bathroom. So let's start that back up. Let's stop for a day or two, our probiotics and our BioCleanse, let our body relax for a second, catch our breaths, and then I want you to go back to 1 probiotic and 1 BioCleanse just for the first week, just to ease yourself into it. And after that first full week, if we're doing good and ain't got no die-off symptoms, let's bump up to 1 probiotic and 1 BioCleanse. Now, I'm going to ask you this. Are you drinking water like I asked you to do?
Well, I'm not really much of a water drinker. I do drink a lot during the day, but, you know, it's sweet tea, and I have to have my Diet Coke. You know, and I'm trying to drink water. It's just, I don't like it.
Okay, so we're going to go back to basics here and remember that there's a difference between craving those Diet Cokes and really just wanting those Diet Cokes. Would you say you're craving those Diet Cokes, or are you just kind of used to having them all the time?
Oh, it's just a habit. I've had them, you know, every morning for the past 10 years. So it's just part of my routine.
Okay, so will you do me a big favor? I know you said you're not a big water drinker. Do you like lemon or fruit or anything?
Oh, I do.
Perfect. I would love for you to start infusing your water, squeezing lemon in it, or slicing up some oranges and putting them in your water. Maybe even some mint and some cucumber, whatever you like into that water to help you get it down. And hopefully we'll start listening to our bodies and not just grabbing for that Diet Coke because it's easier, right?
Right. And while I have you on the phone, those are great ideas, but I'm also, you know, I can't remember to drink my Slim before breakfast. And so I just don't drink it because you can only drink it before breakfast, right? And I'm just not getting it. I'm not getting it down because it's too hard for me to remember that in the morning.
Oh, heavens no. You can drink that Slim at any point in the day, but I always recommend that you do it first thing in the morning. But here's something that I do. Do you go to the kitchen sink first thing in the morning every day?
Every day.
That's where I keep my Slim, right next to my kitchen sink, so that I see it every day and it reminds me, oh, there you go, Dusty, you got to take that Slim. So I would try to put that Slim there by your kitchen sink where you see it every morning. And even if you forget it, keep a couple packs in your purse. Take it at lunchtime. Take it mid-morning. Take it whenever you can, but just take it.
Okay, I didn't know you could take it at different times. That really helps.
Absolutely. It definitely does. Okay, so let's regroup. I'll check on you here in a few days and make sure that you started back with just one probiotic and one BioCleanse, and then we'll go from there and get your water in, right?
Okay, sounds good. I'll really try with my water this time.
Perfect. And something else I wanted to touch on. Forgive me for getting this, but we had so many things we discussed here. You did mention that you were getting really big sugar cravings. I wanted you to know that that is a big die-off symptom. And if you could really limit your sugar intake, that would really help. I do encourage people to stay at 24 grams of sugar or less a day to help get that under control.
Okay, I can try.
Perfect. I'm going to follow up with you in a few days and see how you're doing, all right?
Okay, sounds good. I hope it changes.
It will. Whitney's such a good sport, guys. But how many of you have come across this? You're in a 90-day challenge. You're getting new customers. You're getting new ambassadors. We need to follow up and make sure that they're taking the products consistently and right. That's very important during this challenge with our follow-up with our new customers and ambassadors, because I want Whitney to be a very happy customer, because what happens when she's a really happy customer, she'll make an amazing ambassador. So I think it's really important to be able to troubleshoot. And then I turned her, she was going to be a no, because if I wouldn't have checked up on her and troubleshot with her, she was going to come back and say, no, these products don't work, and I sure don't want to try the business if these products don't work. So you need to take that no that she's giving me, turn it into yes, I will continue with it, and take the products the way you suggest, and find her magic way. We don't know in the very beginning. If it's just a few months in, we're probably going to get to a point where, we know her magic number, the probiotic and BioCleanse, or we're almost to that point. But that's how you would turn somebody that's going to be a definite no into a yes, by encouraging them to take the products correctly. Because when I follow up, okay, Whitney, are you still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so say it's 2 months later, and I followed up with you a few times. I'm calling back now to see how you're doing. Whitney, we're 2 months after the phone call. How you doing now with your products? Are you liking them?
I am. I've never felt this good. I'm less bloated, and I'm sleeping better at night. I found out my magic time to drink the Slim was before lunch. That's just when I can remember it best. So I'm glad to know I can drink it any time of the day. It just helps to get it in. So it's a lot better.
Perfect. Now that you're doing better and you're loving the products, how would you like to join my team and become an ambassador and share with your friends and family?
Well, do I have to sell a certain amount every month?
No, the beauty of Plexus is, I will tell you, we do have a requirement of $100 every morning to be an active ambassador, that is. But guess what? That order doesn't have to be from you. It can be from a friend or a family, and it can be from your order. It can be a combination of the two.
Okay. Well, I'm already ordering $100 or more every month, so I guess I might as well and save a little bit of money.
Absolutely. You're going to save money. You're going to earn commission off your own order, plus any commissions or preferred customer bonus to anybody that joins your team or signs up as a customer. That's exciting.
Cool. I'd like to get my husband on the products too. I just didn't want to spend that much money, but that would help.
Oh my gosh. Did you know that you can earn commissions off his order too?
Cool. That helps even more.
Exactly. And that's where we've spun an unhappy customer that wasn't taking your products right into a happy customer because she learned how to take them right. She just needed to be a little more educated. Now, guys, let me just tell you something. I've had a lot, more than I can count, customers like Whitney was just a minute ago. It wasn't because I didn't tell them how to take the products in the beginning, but it was because, like Whitney did, she just decided she was going to take them how she wanted to take them. Well, sometimes that works for them, but most of the time it doesn't. They just need a little bit of a guidance so that they know how to do it. This is why we follow up with them to check in. And we'd say, okay, I know I gave that to you, but here's what you're doing. Now let's go back to the basics. Let's learn how to take them. Let's restart again. Let's regroup. And because sometimes you can tell them, but it doesn't mean they listen to you. Right, Whitney?
Exactly right.
I guarantee you, all of you that are in this challenge, many of you have been with us for a long time, and some of them you are brand new, and I hope this helps you be able to troubleshoot with them, the right wording. The best thing to do, guys, is to ask people questions and then listen. Whenever you listen to what they're having to say, you'll know how to answer back with them in a better manner. And even though it may not be what they're telling us may not be what we want to hear, but we'll know how to respond back. And you can, and it all depends on how you respond back. The other thing is, whenever you're talking to somebody, you message somebody and say, hey, you know, I want you to be, I think you'd be great at my Plexus, excuse me. When I called Jeannie, I said, hey, I think you'd be wonderful for my Plexus team. I want you to join. And say she would have just been like, absolutely no, no, no. No matter what I would have said, she would have shot me down. Something that I would have said would have been, okay, no problem, no pressure here. I really appreciate you being completely and totally honest. I'm going to ask her if she'd refer people to me for products or a business opportunity. She's probably going to tell me yes. And then guess what? Two things are going to go through her mind. One, hey, those are my people that I'm going to send to her. Let me join, and they can be my people. Or she's just going to be happy and go ahead and send them to you. Either way, it's a win-win. But it's all in how we handle ourselves. If she would have said no and shot me down, and I'd have been, well, fine, the heck with you. Guess what? That's burning a bridge, y'all. We don't want to burn any bridges in this business. So it's all in the approach that you take whenever you're talking to them. So I hope you keep that in mind. So we have a few minutes left here. I'm going to pop this open so we can see who we have here. Does anybody want to share with how their challenges have been going so far on this 90 days? Annette, would you like to share since you were on the leaders board?
I have been going to my neighbor who just check. I have some neighbors that are customers, and one of my neighbors is studying. She's doing pharmacy technician school, and she loves the products. And can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. But she was telling me that she was really glad that I helped her. I went down there and helped her with her order, and she said she's telling everybody at work about it, because she said that when she takes her products, that her hands, she feels a lot of prescription orders and her hands aren't cramping up. And when she doesn't, if she forgets, they do cramp up. So she said, I just love them and I tell everybody about them. And I said, wow, well, that's awesome. What do you think about, do you think about becoming an ambassador so that you can share? And she's like, you know, I might be interested in that in a month or two. She said, I'm trying to get through a few things, but I'm definitely thinking about it. So I think just getting out of that comfort zone and knowing that, you know what, I need to step out. I need to ask. Another lady that I messaged is somebody that was on my chicken list, and she's a fitness instructor. And she said, you know, I thought about it, and I'm glad that you reached out to me. She said, because as you know, I'm a fitness instructor and I love good supplements. And if you'll send me something, I'll take a look at it. And I have a daughter-in-law that's a fitness instructor too. So, you know, I'll share it with her too. So we're all a family of that kind of thing. So I thought that was, I'm glad I, you know, got out of my comfort zone and did that too. So just some of those things were encouraging. And, you know, I've had some no's too, and then I had one that said, you know, check with me after I have this baby. So just some different things like that. There's definitely been some no's, but it's all good.
It is. The thing is, we all have to remember, if we're not getting no's, we're not doing the business right, because we're just going to get no's, and that's just the way it is. And for every no that you get, you're that much closer to a yes. And how good do you feel when you get that yes, Annette?
It feels really good. It feels like, you know, well, here's the thing, you know, I guess it's a learning for me. And I talked to Jeannie the other day. I think I've been doing, you know, this business wrong in the fact that, you know, I'll post and I get busy doing other things. And I think that I've been waiting for them to come to me. And I do get a lot, but, you know, not stepping out to message people and be bold about it. So it's really been very growth. It's been a good growing for me. But another thing is I have to get over that hump of putting other things before the messaging goes on, because sometimes you can get busy throughout the day and then the day gets away from you and then it's late and you're like, I didn't get that done.
Exactly. And it only just takes a few minutes, right?
That happens. That's right. But I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes, you know, I kind of will take a while to word it how I want, to wordsmith it, to make it fit for somebody and make it where it appeals. And sometimes I probably overthink it a little bit.
Yes. And it's good that you want to make it personal. There's nothing wrong with that. But the best thing that I can tell y'all is don't overthink it. Go with your gut. Get it done quick, because if you take too long, you'll start contemplating each day, oh my gosh, that took too much time out of my day. That was too much work. Oh my gosh, I got a headache because I was worried about it. Guys, just go with your gut. Let your heart lead you. Write something short and sweet, because that's what it's going to take. The longer the post, the more I'm not going to read it. Think about it. Do you read long posts? Probably not. So you want something short, sweet, and to the point. And I think that seems to work better. Thank you, Annette, so much for sharing. I appreciate that. Do we have any more volunteers that want to jump on here and share how their last couple weeks have been and things that they may have overcome or fears they might have overcome?
I'll tell you what I've been doing.
Okay, Lisa.
It's been getting some good response. You know how Marson put out his magic message? Mm-hmm. I've been doing that, other than I don't put down the phone call. I just ask them if I can send them an email. Mm-hmm. And I've been getting good response that way.
That's great. I love that tip. Thank you.
Just a thought. Instead of asking if you can call them, I just say, hey, would you like some more information? And would you be willing to give me your email address? And I haven't had a no.
That's wonderful.
So.
That's really great.
Okay, that's all I had.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to share? There's some people hiding behind phone numbers, and I don't know who they are. I'm going to start looking up phone numbers in my back office. All right.
Hi, Dusty.
Oh, yeah. Who am I talking to?
This is Pam.
Oh, Pam, there you are. Okay.
I've been sending out the magic message too. I sent out like 20 yesterday and got like 6 responses back wanting more information. Basically what I've been saying is just, hey, this may not be for you and that's okay, but I think you would make the most perfect person on my Plexus team. Could I send you more information on Plexus? And I've got 3 ambassadors signed up in the last couple of weeks. I've set up Zoom meetings with Whitney, and that's been going really good. I have another one set up for tomorrow night, and that seems to help more than anything is the face-to-face, and Whitney helping with it. It's helped a lot.
That's wonderful. I can't tell you guys how important it is. Utilize those uplines. There's enough of us. If somebody says, hey, I don't have enough time this week, reach up to the next one. Just keep reaching up because we will make it work. We are all here to help you. Teamwork makes a dream work. I know you've all heard that 1,000 times, but it is. When you reach up, have the upline help you, it's not because you can't do it yourself, but a lot of times a third-party person helping you out like that works amazing. You can see Pam's had some great success with it. 3 or 4 new people in the last couple weeks?
3, and I think I'll get another one tomorrow night.
So exciting.
Woo-hoo. In the last week.
That's awesome. Good job, Pam.
Thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else before we shut the call down and let you guys get back to your busy families?
Hey, Dusty, it's Michelle from Las Vegas.
Yes, Michelle.
I have noticed that, first of all, I went through my white lines. Mm-hmm. And as I went through each white line, I thought to myself, did they work the business when they were going at it? What made them stop? So as I was going through each one, I sent them a voice message on Facebook through Messenger, asking them if we can revisit. If they don't want to jump right into the business, that's fine. But if they, I knew they were having success with the products, asked if they wanted to start the products again and maybe ease them back in that way. I've gotten 2 responses so far that are willing to discuss being a customer again, but don't want to jump back into being an ambassador, which is, that's fine if we can get them back in one way or another. But I've just been sending out personal voice messages to whoever I'm thinking about. If I'm making lunch thinking about somebody, I'll stop what I'm doing and send out a voice message to them.
I love it. Guys, I have to tell you, the growth that I'm watching in Michelle is amazing because she is pretty, she's friendly, but she doesn't just approach anybody, right? She's more reserved, I guess is the word I'm looking for. She's starting to reach out and talk to people that she doesn't know. She talked about going to, where did you go, the mall the other day that you started talking to people?
Oh, Lord, I went to Walmart.
Hey, that's all right. We all go to Walmart.
I went to the Walmart. I was just out shopping all day, yeah.
I love it. And she told me that she was exhausted because she'd talked to 4 or 5 people. But guess what? That was 4 or 5 people that she probably wouldn't have talked to before this challenge. So she's really stepping up to the plate and doing things that scare her every day. And guess what? She's going to be rewarded for it. And that's so exciting. So I'm really proud and excited for you, Michelle.
Thank you. I wouldn't be here without you, believe me. Reach up to your uplines, guys. There's many times I've messaged Dusty ready to quit. Reach up, reach up, reach up. They save you in that bad hour, believe me.
That's right. Is if you all guys listen, I've had days where I think, oh, why do I do this? I know why I do this. I look back at my husband and my little boys, and I say, that's why I do this. Plexus has changed their lives. You must know your why. Your reason to do this Plexus business is very important to know why you do it. But reach up, reach up, reach up. It doesn't mean that I'm going to talk you into staying. I told Michelle at different points, hey, I can't keep you here, but this is what I know. And each time she's made her own educated decision to keep pushing forward, and I know she's thankful for it. So guys, yeah. Be blessed. Have an outstanding week. Don't give up. Keep pushing. The 90 days will be over before you know it, and you will look back and think it's one of the best things you ever did because we are planting those seeds. We are educating people. We are changing ourselves, and we are changing other people's lives along the way. So, guys, be blessed, and thank you all for joining me tonight, and I will see you guys during the week and next Sunday.
Thanks, Dust.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks, Justin.